Hello viewers, you join me in Lucy Brown's Left Wing Kitchen for a moment of nostalgia. Because it turns out, Lucy told me this, it is almost exactly 10 years since I made my very first YouTube video, which was me making a shepherd's pie on the day that punchgate kicked off and I'd just been interviewed by the press outside the front door of my old house. Yo bros and sisters, welcome to Unemployment Tube, where tonight we're going to cook a shepherd's pie. I filmed it with my iPad gaffer taped to a clothes horse, and I edited it on a very simple app for my telephone. I can't even remember what it was called, I've deleted it now, but it wasn't like iMovie. You couldn't do clever things, you could basically just chop up clips and put them together, which is why there are some funny cutaways. Anyway, we're going to make exactly the same pie again. Lucy and Eve, who is over there, are going to eat it. That's it. This is a recreation of the moment that marked the beginning of my decline. If you'd like to watch the original video, it's on my old YouTube channel, JM's Unemployment Tube. You will see a young, troubled man. Yo, bros! And you will think, how the hell did he ever get a job in television? And I thought the same thing when I rewatched it just a couple of days ago. This is Lucy's kitchen, so all the instruments will be blunt and I won't know where anything is. But let's give it a go. And we're going to start with the most controversial thing that's ever happened on this gin channel, which is chopping up an onion. I know you all have very strong opinions on this. In the last video we made, what was it? What was the one we made recently where everybody was talking about the onion, Lucy?
Kitchen gadgets.
Kitchen gadgets. People were saying you should leave the nub-endy bit on and hold that whilst you chop up the rest of the onion. So I'm going to try that, but first I'm going to peel it. I spent ages doing this in the original video, which is in 5 parts and goes on in total for about, what was it, 2 hours?
20 minutes.
What, the whole thing? Is that all it is? Doesn't feel like it when you watch it. It feels like your whole life is passing, which is how it felt at the time, to be honest, because I had just become technically unemployed. I didn't know what the future held. As it turned out, things worked out. Or did they? Because here I am in Lucy Brown's kitchen making a f***ing pie. Your knives are in a shocking state, Lucy Brown. Why did I make a shepherd's pie on YouTube? I think it's because I wanted to get rid of the reporters from outside the door, and I said, anyway, I've got to go now. I've got to go and make a shepherd's pie on YouTube. That's what came out. And then I went inside and I thought, I'm going to have to do it, aren't I? Because otherwise people will say, you lied. You said you were going to make a shepherd's pie and put it on YouTube. So I went inside, I happened to have the ingredients to hand, and I made a shepherd's pie and put it on YouTube. And it's still there. I'm going to cut that onion in half. Don't need the whole thing, I don't think. I'm making shepherd's pie for 2 people, by the way, for Eve and Lucy, and they will be grateful. And I'm just going to roughly... It will fall apart in the pan anyway. Right, my version of the classic shepherd's pie. I've since come up with other versions, by the way. I make one now using the keema curry recipe from my O cookbook as the meat part of the shepherd's pie, and then I put potato on the top. So it's a mild curry shepherd's pie. Works quite well. Has a little bit of a kick on it. This version I'm making here is to my original made-up recipe, which is onion, minced lamb, bit of chilli, some green cardamom pods because they give it a bit of fizz, tomato puree, and some Chateauneuf de Pape. Actually, I've been very slack here. I haven't poured myself a glass of grog. Nice. Right. Shall I chop that up a bit more? Okay, another question. I've experimented with this, did it on O Cook. The hot part of the chilli is the pith, actually inside the skin, not the seeds. Because I'm essentially lazy, I've always just chopped the chilli up and bunged it in, but that is where the heat is. Those are the seeds, which don't really add anything, and we can scrape those out, but try and leave most of the pith in place. But it's a bit of a bore, to be honest, so, I mean, And they go all over the place. Sod it, I'll just chop it up. It's like trying to cook with a butter knife. Have you got any fairly high grit sharpening stones, Lucy?
Afraid not.
Somewhere in here, there are some mushrooms, which is the other thing I like to put in. Pre-chopped mushrooms, Lucy Brown. And there is some potato. Is that the potato? Yes, Lucy's already done some potatoes for me. I'll peel another one for you if you like. That's a lot of potato there, Lucy. Here is one potato which has remained unpeeled so that you can see me peeling a potato, because I'm sure you don't know how to do that. And it also means that this video is true to the original, in which you saw me do everything. Hello, sorry to interrupt. I just wanted to have a quick word with you about today's sponsor, which is James Gin, made by me. And that's why it's called James Gin and not Bob Gin or Paul Gin or Kevin Gin. It's James Gin, no apostrophe. Those go in the pan with the other pieces of potato. Lucy Brown has just accused me of being low energy, so I'll be high energy now, because I started off feeling slightly sorry for myself because I was revisiting a younger version of me. Yo, bros! Right, here we go. Frying onions, which I think was a whole section of the original video. That will just heat up. We're going to add some green... Oh, you've got a pestle and mortar here. Now, I think, strictly speaking, and what I'd often do if I was trying to make something like a curry at home, would be to roast my spices a bit first. Just dry fry them in a pan till you can smell the flavours, and then take them out and do whatever grinding or crushing or whatever you need. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to put, I don't know, 8, is that enough? I like cardamom, let's put another one in. I'm just going to give them a light squash in here to break them up slightly. Then they will go in the pie. You will get the occasional cardamom pod in a forkful of your food, but it will be cooked. This pie is going to have some cheese on the top. Lucy Brown, you don't like that. You do like cheese, Eve.
Yes.
So we'll have to put a dividing wall, like something biblical, in the middle of the pie, and then one half will be Lucy Brown, or 1/3. You know what I'm trying to say. Right, here are the onions, here is the pan, here is the blunt side of the knife, so as not to blunt it as if it would make any difference, and the onions go in. I'm going to put the chilies in a little bit later, because in my experience they cook slightly quicker. So we'll just fry those for a few minutes until they go a little translucent. I have to be ready with my minced lamb, which is here. I'm going to put mushrooms in, because I did put mushrooms in the original one because I had some. I'm ready to add the mushrooms. You don't want the mushrooms to be too cooked. We don't want them fried really. We just want them heated up so they retain their raw mushroomy goodness. We've measured the packet of mince and the potatoes against the dish that I've put in the oven to warm up, so we know the proportions are roughly right. That's the best way to do it, rather than worrying about scales or anything like that. Just eyeball it. Do those just a tiny bit more. Have a little swig of Chateauneuf de Pape. When I made the original pie, I was pissed as a fart by the end of it, to be brutally honest. I'm a bit of a mess, I'm sorry about this, but, you know. Right, I'm going to add the chilies. Are you ready? Chilies going into a pan. There they go. Turn that down very slightly. These onions are already browning. This is happening very quickly. This is a very efficient hob you have here, LB. I'm going to put the cardamom in now. so that it gets a little bit of a fry. Oh, well, I can smell them already. Can you smell those? Yes, good, isn't it? I'm going to put this in. Yes? Blam, it's in. Put that there to rinse out. Wash hands. And see if we can actually cook something without any of our viewers and regular commentators having any complaints about knives, onions, hygiene, cross-contamination, all those other things that they like to go on about. Should be enough for 4 people here. We're going to have it with peas. You could also have it with sprouts, you can have it with peas and carrots, anything like that. But a bit of green alongside the essentially beige shepherd's pie just makes it a little bit more appetizing. Mushrooms. I don't think mushrooms are really a standard ingredient of a true classic shepherd's pie. Gordon Ramsay and the like would probably be shaking their heads and going, what on earth is he doing? Some people put baked beans in a shepherd's pie. I know a bloke who does that. Makes it a bit runny. Well, we're going to slow fry that a bit because the lamb has released quite a bit of moisture. And some of that is good. Some of it is fat. Fat is flavour. Some of it, I suspect, is water, so we'll let that bit, we'll let it reduce. I'm going to knock that over in a minute. That'll probably do it, won't it? Might chop them up a bit more. I'm going to move the meat and the spices to the side of the pan, almost as if I were using a wok. And I'm going to add my mushrooms to the middle, give them a bit of a blast and then stir them in. And then we'll add some châteauneuf de pape and tomato puree. Then we'll do some spud mashing. I might give that job to Lucy, actually. She's not really doing anything. Do you want to do some spud mashing, Lucy?
Sure, but I am filming the video, I am doing something.
Yeah, but just leave it on automatic and, you know. I'm afraid your shepherd's pie might be a little bit crispy in places because I've been talking to you and the camera and not paying attention, so some bits of it have gone slightly, I mean, they're not burnt, but they're sort of crispy style. You haven't been squeezing this tube from the bottom, Lucy. You are such a dreadful woman sometimes. Do you like things like bubble and squeak, Lucy, Eve?
Yep.
Okay, but I think you've done far too many potatoes in your pre-chop, but if we mash it all, we'll put as much as we need on the pie and then you can have the rest as a delicious fry-up.
I quite often freeze little barquettes of mash.
Barquettes?
Yeah, then you've always got mash ready to go.
Barquettes. Lumps. I'm going to put some Châteauneuf du Pape into this mixture. I don't know how much. I think about that much, I think. It's looking quite nice, isn't it? I'll put a little bit more in. What the hell? Put some more in there as well. Using my bad arm. Just let that reduce a little bit. Right, I'm going to, Lucy Brown, you can do that. I'm going to transfer this mixture to our cooking. Do you need to see this? There, it's all gone in and none of it missed. Yeah, the proportions are, it's a little bit, maybe could have had about 20% more, but it's okay. That will sit there for the moment whilst Lucy Brown mashes up some potato, and then we'll enjoy the comedy of trying to spread it on the top. We'll put some grated cheese on half of it, then we'll put it in the oven, and whatevs. naught. You could remain some of that water and use it to steam the peas. That way saving a little bit of energy and doing your bit for the planet. Little pan, yes. Plenty of it. Blood the cow in. It's peas. So is this side of the hob effectively a hot plate?
It can be one big section.
I'm dying to see this go.
Butter. You put butter in your mash, yes?
Yeah. Huge amount. I thought you were going to put the small bit in.
You need lots of butter.
See, I want to say that's really lazy-assed, but in actual fact it's brilliant. Because it's very quick and it's done an excellent job on that. Well done. What's it called? I'm going to make a note of it. It's called a masher. That one.
No, the black one.
That one.
Yeah.
Okay. Do. I don't want it. We've got slightly less filling than I anticipated, so I don't want to put too much potato on. The mistake I made with the original shepherd's pie, still on YouTube, on Unemployment Tube, if you want to look at it, was I made too much topping for the amount of filling I had. Maybe a bit too much potato. Does it matter? Not really. Right, do you have something, Lucy, oven-proof, that could form a partition between two areas of the pie? So some of it can be cheesed, and some of it can be to Lucy Brown's specification without cheese.
Tin foil?
How much pie would you like? Sorry, I said that in a very aggressive way. How much pie would you like, Lucy?
3 fingers, please.
3 fingers of pie for Lucy, okay. That doesn't allow you to have any leftovers. Lucy's pie, our pie. Pre-grated cheese. Got pre-grated cheese, pre-chopped mushrooms.
Big draw.
Do, 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 do. I keep singing that stupid tune. Bring your scissors down to my house, I'll sharpen those for you as well. Here's some cheese going on the top, not on Lucy's half, and that will melt into the potato and give it a nice cheesy, crusty top. You don't have to do this. Some people object to it. I'm sort of... I don't have very strong views, really. As much as I like putting cheese on things, it doesn't have to go on your shepherd's pie. What does that mean?
Oven is up to temperature.
Hurrah! Right, this is going to go in the oven. Doesn't really need to go in for very long, but it needs to sort of heat through and, I don't know, it somehow intensifies in the oven. So we'll put that in there probably for 15 or 20 minutes, and then we'll put the grill on and do some peas, and we'll have to warm up some plates, and then we will eat it. I'd just like to pause the cooking action for a moment to talk to you a little bit about today's sponsor, which is James Gin. It's delicious, I recommend it. And now, back to the video. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I can say about the original shepherd's pie video, now 10 years old. Peas have started bubbling. It was extremely nice. I suppose I was in what young people would call a dark place. I wasn't actually in a dark place, but you know, things had changed quite radically and the world was falling apart. Will this Shepherd's, I'm not sure this one is actually going to be quite as good as that original one was, because it was a bit of a banger. But, you know, it's not for me to judge, it's for Lucy and Eve. I hope you will be honest. I know I'm your employer and I pay you, but you can be honest about my pie, okay?
Yep.
Are you ready for the reveal of the world's cheesiest shepherd's pie? Good God. Your side of the, our side of the pie with the cheese on has gone quite a nice sort of tan brown on the top. Yours has just got a little bit of browning on the top of the potato, which is sort of what it's supposed to be like. Our side of the pie is a bit corrupted, but there it is. Complete with the Berlin Wall of cheese. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Do you have, Lucy Brown, a little strainer for the peas?
Yes, in the second drawer down under the hob.
Oh! Peas. Okay. I'm leaving the Berlin Wall of cheese in place so that you are not going to be contaminated. Oh, look at that. Does that look okay?
Looks good.
Again, quite a lot of potato. Pie.
Thank you.
Berlin Wall coming out. Got the cheesy bits there. And that makes a nice little thing to scrape off later. Eve, how much would you like?
About equal to Lucy's piece.
What shape would you like, rectangular or square?
Either or, I really don't mind.
Oh, it broke. Diddly. Eve's pie. Sorry. My pie. I'm leaving you one portion because you won't want this because it's got cheese on it, but you know, you can give it to the poor at Christmas. Something. It looks quite good. One thing I haven't done in this, which I normally would do whilst I was cooking, is try various bits of it as I went along to make sure that they're okay. I haven't done that because I want the surprise at the end. Peas, you all like peas?
Yep.
Right, pile in. That's yours, Lucy. Cheeseless.
Thank you. It's one of the prettiest things you've made.
One of the...
Prettiest.
That bit looks... Your bit looks better. I've just got too much cheese on it.
It's definitely, my cottage pie is a lot more sloppy. Bit of mash, bit of meat, couple peas. It's quite nice.
Quite nice.
It's definitely got a kick to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could use a little bit of salt, and I think the lamb's a little bit too cooked from the frying.
I think you're right. That was when I got distracted, and I completely forgot to put the seasoning in, which you should do because I was talking to Eve, I think. Eve, would you like to come and try the cheese-topped version of the pie?
No, I haven't had a shepherd's pie in quite some time, so...
Prepare to be amazed.
It's got a nice colour to it. It's not bad, but I'd agree. Oh, it is quite spicy.
I put too much chilli.
Yeah, a bit too much chilli for me. And yeah, the lamb was slightly a bit too done, but that's really tasty. I'd definitely have that again.
Well, there you go, viewers. Thank you for watching. It's quite good. Why didn't you remind me to put some salt in it?
I was focusing on filming.
It was perfect, apart from it needs just a little pinch of salt to bring it alive, but it's not bad.
I think it's good. Should we have it for lunch?
Yes. It has a little bit of aftertaste. Is that going to be too spicy for you, Eve?
It might be if it was.
It's quite cheesy as well. Good.
Call to actions?
Change the oil in your lawnmower. Nobody ever does. Sorry to interrupt, viewers. There is a slight coda to this video, which is that once the cameras had cut, Lucy Brown threw her shepherd's pie in the bin. Just like that, without even so much as a word, just went and then went and got a prawn sandwich from her fridge. So I made that for her. Me. I'm becoming quite an old man. I'm going through a, to be honest, slightly sad phase of my life for various reasons. And Lucy Brown helped me in all that by throwing the pie that I'd made for her in the bin. I just wanted that to be on the record. Thank you for watching.
I ate 90% of it. I just
No, you
threw away the
didn't.
rough bits. Yeah, I did.
Didn't.
I did.
You ate enough to appear to be eating it on camera with your little hamster bites, and then you simply threw it right in front of me. The bin is there, I was standing, and you just walked out, almost barged me out of the way, opened it, and went and got a prawn sandwich. Thanks. It's okay. It's noted.